Hey guys, so this is part 3. This is the last one. I wanted to cover the top 3 heats based on, I know Kenny's probably in the 4th heat or the 5th heat. Or he could be in this heat. I'm not sure, but this is my last heat that I'm covering. So this features Fred Kerley. He is the defending champion from 2022. As well as, I'm forgetting which other, he's also the silver medalist at the Tokyo Games. So he is very heavy, like his name carries a lot of weight. I think he's in heat 2. This is heat 2. So if I'm not looking before I start the video, it seems like he's signed back with Nike, which I always say this, and I'm not getting paid for this. Nike has some of the best brands, as well as Puma. And I think Under Armour has some good stuff too. Those 3 are the main ones that I normally wear. But in Adidas, let's not forget those 4. I call them like the noble families of sports, because Nike, Puma, Adidas, and Under Armour, they're very good when it comes to their products. But like enough said, so this is Fred Kerley's heat. So let's watch that. And then we're going to jump into the semis. Okay? Let's see.
We're back to Hayward Field as the US Olympic track and field team trials continue, because Paris, the Olympic Games, the opening ceremony is just 34 days away, and Fred Kerley, a world champion.
You know when Fred Kerley's about to whoop your ass because he's not smiling, and he came in for accomplishment.
And yet, he became a world champion on this track. He'd dearly love to be in Paris.
What a difference 24 months makes. 9.76 at U.S. Nationals on this track.
Yep.
And yet, there are a lot of eyes.
If I'm not mistaken, before we continue, so you have Max Thomas, you have Garcia, you have Hampton, Fred Kerley, Austin Lyles, Josephus Lyles, Williams, and Antonio. So Josephus is the brother of Noah Lyles, if nobody don't know. So that's pretty cool to see your brother competing with you in each round. That's amazing. Yeah, so Fred Kerley, I have him for the win. I think he did run like a 10 something. I'm not sure if it's the semis or the final, but I'll see. But yeah, Fred Kerley definitely is gonna win this heat.
Watching lane 5 to see what is Fred Kerley going to look like in this first round.
Oh, it's not only the form and the speed and what can he do, but he's been surrounded by turbulence, right? Like different sponsors, different spikes, different
and it's not
airport.
And what's cool is I thank God that he found a sponsor to come back to, because it's not easy to find a sponsor. But when you're one of the best in the world, like, you get to negotiate your contracts. I think is very fitting for that.
But I did like what's been going on.
Well, in 2022, he's world champion. He has since changed coaches, equipment. His blocks look different, his block settings. So lots of questions going to be answered here about the 2022 world champion for
all right.
5.
Go.
Fred Kerley's got PJ Austin to his right. Hampton on the inside. Kerley is out, but he's going to have to work for it. Now Fred starts to dig deep. Austin's going with him. Fred Kerley, PJ Austin, 1-2 across the line. 10:04.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not quite the.
I love when athletes do that. Like they finish beating everybody, and then they didn't even have time for the cameras. They go right into the inside.
We saw running 9.7s in the first round at the U.S. Nationals, but he doesn't need to. That's as much as you need to do. Survive, advance. So the 2022 world champion, and real track and field fans will remember that Fred Kerley used to be a quarter miler. In fact, he was the bronze medalist in the 2019 World Championships. Let's take a look at the start. That's That's not a bad start by Fred Kerley standards. And because he's so strong,
and he has that strong stride, and he has the energy to run the race longer because he was a quarter miler. People always misunderstand, like, once you're a quarter mile, you will stay as a quarter mile, and then the energy that you use to run the quarter mile will descend when you need it the most, especially in the 100 or 200, because you could carry that energy to prolong your race, which is even better. That's a lot of people don't realize that, because even Usain Bolt used to run the 8 and the 4, and then over time he became a sprinter. So yeah,
just to his right, he did that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him be a little bit more explosive with his arms. But look, Fred Kerley, he has been through Olympic trials, U.S. nationals. He's a veteran at age 29 now, so he's into the semifinal.
All right, so Fred Kerley's into the semifinals at the time of 10:04. So pretty good for Fred Kerley. So we're going to be jumping to the semifinals, and then from the semifinals we will just jump into the finals, and then we will start doing the rest of the other videos for day 3, and we will start closing out, and then we will be back tomorrow to cover day 4 and 5. So I definitely want to see what Quincy Williamson has, and what Michael Norman's gonna put down in the 400. For the women's, I don't really know, because I'm not sure, because I saw Shamir Little running very good for her rounds. She did run in like a 50.14. So I'm definitely seeing what's gonna be happening here. So like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye bye.